Welcome in, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today, we have one case of 2025 Leaf Signature Series Multisport. While we get started, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. I am quite excited for this break. Once I saw the product and the checklist, I was quite excited. I think this is going to be a good time. Also, Josh, if you're still here, that sounds good. All right. Starting off with box number 1, Kim Mulkey. 1 of 1. Artist Gilmore. 1 of 1. One of the GOATs of women's mixed martial arts, Chris Cyborg. Is everything a 1 of 1 in this? And pick 1 overall, Cam Ward. Another 1 of 1. Okay, I'd say that's a nice start. I'll take a box full of 1 of 1. Yes. Yeah, this is the first break that we're doing of this. If you're ever not sure, it should be the correct title down at the bottom of your screen since you're on YouTube. All right. Let's see if the 1-on-1 streaks continue. Chris Johnson. That's another 1 of 1. Didier Drogba. Very nice. Another. Okay, maybe everything's 1 of 1. Fred Biletnikoff. Yeah, I think everything's a 1 of 1. This is crazy. Julian Edelman. Signature Series Sunrise. 1 of 1. Love Jules. Okay. Thank you, Wally. This is my first time seeing it, so speaking of inscriptions. And look at that card on top. Naomi Osaka. 1 of 1. George Gervin. Classic art. Bob Cousy. 6-time champ inscription. And Amarian Hampton. 1 of 1. Aquatic. Deuce Knight, classic art, 1 of 1, nice hit. LaDainian Tomlinson, 1 of 1. Jeremiah Love, 1 of 1. And Jamar Chase, aquatic, very nice. I have not checked the eBay. I'm not normally the one who does the messages, but I have relayed I have relayed that there is a message from you specifically to the people who can do that for me. And yeah, I agree. These cards look fantastic. Jose Canseco, Aquatic. Ryan Day with Nemo behind him. Adrian Beltre. And we have a banger here. I hope this goes to a Royals fan. George Brett, Bo Jackson, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez. 1 of 1 on the quad auto. This is going to have to go to random.org. I really hope it goes to a Royals fan. All right, Marv Levy. Carla Overbeck. Brady Smeagol. And is it a leaf break without the GOAT, Lionel Messi? 1 of 1. Very nice. Carlos Boozer. That's a cool auto. Ray Lewis. Speaking of cool autos. We have an inscription that's not encased. Robert Ory. I'm not quite sure what that says. I don't have enough ball knowledge to assume. That's 67 out of 100. And closing out that box is John Morant with the octopus behind him. Again, these are all 101s for anybody who is tuning in late. So unless I say what number it is specifically, just assume it's a 101. We are on to box number 8. Vince Young. RVD, Rob Van Dam. Jim Cat. And a sick multi-signer. Earl Campbell, Eddie George, and Chris Johnson. Titans fans, where you at? This has an encased auto in it. Starting off with Dennis Rodman with a shark behind him. That's kind of fitting. I like that. Irving Fryer. Miss Livy Dunn. And Ricky Williams, number 34 retired. It sure is. And on to the final box of the break. If I have not hit for you, hopefully now is the time when I do. Good luck. Otis Anderson. This is cool. Sergio Perez. Very nice. Tony La Russa. Classic art. I like these art ones a lot. And closing out the break, another GOAT auto. Sunrise for Floyd Mayweather Jr. Very nice. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun doing this. This was a very fun product. We do have a lot more coming in on the way. Yeah, this was a blast. Hopefully, if you do like the multi-sport stuff, I'll see you in the next ones. If you are in Pop, that will be coming to you in about 9 minutes. I'm going to do a quick hit recap, and then we have some randoms to get into. Kim Mulkey, Artist Gilmore, Chris Cyborg, Cam Ward, Chris Johnson, Didier Drogba, Fred Bolitnikoff, Julian Edelman, Naomi Osaka, George Gervin, Omarion Hampton, Deuce Knight, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jeremiah Love, Jamar Chase, Jose Canseco, and Ryan Day. Adrian Beltre, Marv Levy, Carla Overbeck, Brady Smeagol, Lionel Messi, Carlos Boozer, Ray Lewis, John Morant, Vince Young, Rob Van Dam, Jim Catt, Dennis Rodman, Irving Fryer, Olivia Dunn, Otis Anderson, Sergio Perez, Tony La Russa, and Floyd Money Mayweather. For our inscriptions, we've got Bob Cousy, 6 times champ. Robert Ory, big something. Whatever. I don't know what that says, but I'm sure somebody with more knowledge would know, or who can read. And Ricky Williams, number 34, retired. And for our multi-signers, George Brett, Bo Jackson, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez. And Earl Campbell, Eddie George, and Chris Johnson. If you have any of these players or are just waiting for the next break, give me a minute or two to get these set up, and I will be right back for the randoms. All right, everybody. The way this is going to work is we are going to we're going to roll a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We then randomize each list of names that amount of times, and the name that comes out on top is going to win the card. Let's see how many times we are rolling. we are going to go 8 times, starting off with Earl Campbell, Eddie George, and Chris Johnson. Whoopsies. Hold on. I just butchered that. Let me redo the list real quick for the second one. Apologies. Technical difficulty. Okay. We're going to go 8 times on this list. Apologies. That is 7 times. 5 plus 3 is 8. Good luck. It is going to be Eddie George taking home the triple. And for the Royals quad, George Brett, Bo Jackson, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez. That is 7 times. 5 plus 3 is 8. One more time. Salvador Perez taking home the quad. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. If you are in Pop, that will be with you in a few minutes.